Hi, my name is Robert Chelle, and I'm an attorney at Chelle Law, and I assist dental associates with employment contract and independent contractor agreement issues. Today I'm going to talk about things to think about when the dentist wants to terminate the contract. 9 times out of 10, if a contract is terminated, it's generally with the dental associate or dentist providing without cause termination. And basically that just means either party at any time can give the other party a certain amount of notice, usually somewhere between 60 to 90 days, and then they would work out those 60 or 90 days, and then they're free to leave after that. So we're just kind of go through all the points that generally matter, that dental associates care about, and then some things obviously specific to the dental industry, which I think are a little bit different than some of the other industries as well. So the first thing is how to terminate the contract. I just touched on it. Basically, you need to look into the contract and see how much notice you have to provide. As I said before, 60 or 90 days is the industry standard amount, and you would quite literally write a resignation letter and then provide it to the employer. At the end of your contract, there'll be like a section called notice or notices, and it'll say exactly how you can provide notice. Usually it can be personally delivered, sent certified mail. Some people will accept email, although not that many, even though it would make sense that they would. So your clock, your 60 or 90 day clock of having to continue working won't start until you provide effective notice. So make sure you look at that before providing the letter of resignation. Compensation is pretty important for a dental associate if they are on collections. I just want to talk about that briefly. So if you're paid on a percentage of collections, you should have negotiated this in advance, but hindsight is 2020. The contract should say how long after the contract ends that you'll still get a percentage of collections. If it says that all of your comp ends at the date of termination, you're not going to get any money that comes in after the fact. So you need to make certain that you are getting, generally 90 days would be kind of a minimum amount that I would want for my dental associates. And that way, even when you leave, all those trailing collections, you'll still get the, 35% of all those collections that come in after the fact. So make sure you look at that. It's kind of a big shock to a dental associate who leaves and then that's it. They get no more collections. And then if you think about it, they've essentially worked for free for a month or two, since they're not going to get any of that money, which is a pretty big shock to some of them. So something to look into. Next would be repayment of any bonuses. If you get a signing bonus, if you get relocation assistance, meaning like they reimburse you for your move, usually that's tied to a specific period of time. So let's say the initial term of your contract's 2 years, then maybe it'll say you have to stay for 2 years, or you have to pay back a portion of the signing bonus and the relocation assistance. One thing to keep in mind, let's just say you get a $10,000 signing bonus. That amount is taxed, so you're not getting $10,000. You're getting $6,000. However, when you have to pay it back, they expect the gross amount, so they expect you to pay back $10,000. So this can be kind of a shock for some people. Now you can work it out with your accountant in the next year and get that money back. But just one more thing to think about. Next would be malpractice insurance. If you have a claims made policy, somebody's going to have to purchase tail, so you need to look in the contract and see, are you responsible for tail insurance or is your employer? Tail insurance generally is about twice what your annual premium is, meaning how much it costs to insure you on an annual basis. So if you are responsible, just double your annual premium. For most dentists, it's around $3,000. Obviously, some of the specialties, it could be a little bit more. So you would just double that, and then you'd have to pay and secure the tail insurance prior to your last day of employment. And then the last thing would be restrictive covenants. So non-compete, non-solicit, look into how long your non-compete lasts. What's the geographic restriction? Is it 5 miles? Is it 10 miles? And then where it applies. So is it to your primary office? Is it to any office where you worked at? Is it to any office of your employer? So all of those things are important and can kind of dictate what your next move is. And that's something you need to look into even before you start looking at other jobs, to make certain that the opportunities that you're looking at are not kind of prohibited by whatever non-compete that you signed. So those are kind of just a little breakdown of things that I talk with my dental associates about when we're reviewing, what's the best way of terminating their contract. If you have any questions about your employment agreement or independent contractor agreement and are thinking about leaving the job and want to set yourself up, please reach out. All my contact information is in the description below of the video, and I appreciate you watching. Take care. Thanks.